What's going on, guys? This is Vic Enwere. I'm here with Kenneth Farrow. We're here in Fort Worth, Texas at the College Gridiron Showcase. We have our guy right here. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself.
How you doing? This is Milo Eifler.
So we're here at the College Gridiron Showcase with some of the best players in the nation coming out to NFL draft. Our guy Milo here, Illinois alum, University of Washington alum. So you've been in big conferences, right? Pac-12, Big Ten. Let's talk about that experience this year that both the Pac-12 and the Big Ten led with the We Want to Play movement. What was it like going through this year in 2020 with COVID and all the concerns? What was it like kind of going through that process, trying to play, also preparing yourself to play, as well as managing the expectations for yourself in the season?
Yeah, so at first, it took all of college football by shock. We're going into spring ball. We're preparing for spring ball in March. And then they sent us home for spring break, and we ended up not coming back. So, having to adjust at home, being in lockdown from California, so it was super serious out there. I was in lockdown for about 2 months, and so at-home workouts, you have to struggle to find some weights and find the access to field and just have workout gear and all that type of stuff. So. Moving on, I was able to go down to LA and get some personal work, and I was trying to prepare, basically stay in football shape. And while all this was going on, we have a pandemic, and my mom, she's a professor at Berkeley, so she's in the health department, so this is basically like one of the biggest cases. So she was, basically informing me on how serious COVID was, and we had some family members, dealing with that stuff. So it really hit home to me when I was dealing with this pandemic and having to play with it. So seeing the movement by like Ohio State members like Justin Fields and guys from Michigan and even Pac-12, I still wanted to play. I just wanted to make sure that we were safe while doing it. Safety is always a major concern. And talking to my head coach at the time was Lovie Smith, kind of hearing his opinion, and we were kind of on Zoom, like everybody was on Zoom at the time, asking like, hey, like how many times do you get tested, like what's the protocol if someone gets, test positive, and just kind of basically running through everything. And I have to give a big shout out to our athletic director, Josh Whitney, and he kind of was on the front line for Illinois football, and basically, putting us out there and making sure that our safety was taken care of.
Yeah, I mean that's huge, man. I come from a family where I have medical practitioners in my family, right? My mother's an RN. I have 3 sisters who are doctors, right? Who've also dealt with COVID. So, the things that you touched on are essential, man. How is it as a player? Like, how do you go out there and be prepared to play, such a physical game that you play at the position that you're at, right? As a linebacker, right? How do you go out there when you have all these things in the back of your mind and you're concerned about, hey, is my mother okay? Is my family okay? Are people also the people who are constantly, being affected by what's going on? How do you go out there and play, what's essentially sometimes looked at as a child's game? How do you go out there and perform at a high level when you have all these things in the back of your mind? Yeah, you want to play, but you're not able to just like cancel out what's going on in real life, man. So how do you wake up on game day and find that motivation, right? What drives you in that sense?
It was really family, like them seeing me on TV, and they haven't missed a college game since I've been playing at Illinois and at Washington. So, knowing that they were going to be watching and my family in Ohio was going to be watching, just kind of gave me that sense to, go a little bit harder. They're like, if they can't make it here, I'm make it a reason for them to watch the game. So, and then coming to Illinois that summer, our coach gave us an option, to opt out and to come later or after workouts. And I came towards like the middle, I'd say mid-June. And once I was at Illinois, I was just like, hey, I'm here, I'm locked in, I'm all in until the season was over. So once I kind of made that decision, it was just time to focus.
Yeah, there was no turning back.
Exactly, there was no turning back, and going from there, it was just seeing our schedule change so many times. That's kind of the frustrating part. Kind of not knowing who we're going to play first, because our first matchup was going to be Ohio State. So, we were preparing, we're watching 2019 film. And
looking at the style of play.
Like looking at the style of play, formation rec and all the things you need to do as a defensive player. And then, say a couple weeks later, our schedule gets posted, and now we're only playing our Big Ten West opponents, and so that kind of gave me a sense that okay, now we're actually going to play. So once we got the final schedule, that's kind of like that mode. You flip the switch.
Yeah, and that's, you brought up a good point. With the schedule changing and whatnot, you're studying the team all week. You know what I mean? You're getting ready to play these teams. Definitely. How did that affect guys as far as like, you got to stay focused because you got to do the same amount of studying goes in. You got to put that time in to study to know your opponent. And when you're putting it in, then the game's getting canceled and the schedule's getting changed around. What was that like to just be able to go in every week and stay consistent on the things that you have to do to prepare for every game and constantly have things kind of fall apart in front of you? What was kind of your motivating drive to keep doing that along with the team as a whole?
I felt like kind of started with like the seniors and the leaders and like the older players on the team, because we've played a little bit more football than the younger guys, and kind of making sure that the whole team is on the same page. And it was kind of frustrating because our fall camp was mixed with prep, like with game week prep. So that last kind of week of fall camp is really game week prep. Right. So knowing that, hey, we're going to play a game this Saturday rather than we're just scrimmaging ourselves, you kind of have to tell the guys, all right, we got to lock in a little bit more. You can't just be messing around at practice and goofing off. It's like, it's time to really lock in. We have a game on Saturday. We're about to fly somewhere and play a game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, we both couldn't imagine, right, coming from playing at U of H and playing at Cal myself. We both have talked about this, like, how we would have managed, a year like this. I mean, a lot of us, I don't know, right? We've had a few guys say, they had to go kind of run in the park and do things like that, as well as you doing the Zoom workouts. And it's crazy, right? But again, that's kind of happened. We're moving on from that. Like we said, we're here in Fort Worth. We're at the College Gridiron Showcase. You're here to showcase your talents, everything that we know of you as a player. Coming into this week, right, what is the big thing that you're looking to showcase to the NFL scouts about you as a player?
I feel like it's more me as a person. I feel like the scouts know me as a player from the film, and I feel like I've put some of my best film on tape, and they can see that as soon as they turn it on. And I feel like now it's more to know who Milo is, who Camilo is, who his family is, where he comes from, and why I enjoy the game, why I play the game, and like what I bring to the game. I feel like a lot of scouts kind of they understand my story, but they don't know my story, and I just feel like having that one-on-one interaction can definitely benefit me in the long run.
What things you talked about the difficulties of things getting canceled and having to stay true to what your routine and what you did to get ready. What mental advantages do you think that you were able to go through with a season like this and be able to take forward into this whole process?
I feel like a lot of things is kind of being in Champaign. There's not a lot much to do.
Yeah.
So having that kind of like routine schedule, kind of like we're in like a little, we call it like Chambana, is a little bubble. So it's, you go work out, you get your meal, you do, you watch film, you get your rehab, practice of course, and then you come home, you just chill, you play the game or something. Kind of having that systematic routine kind of put you in that like, saying, okay, it's Monday, I got to do this. It's Tuesday, I got to do this. Wednesday, I got to do this. Thursday, you're having that light, quick walkthrough. Friday, you're traveling. Saturday, it's the game. So kind of putting myself in that kind of that repetition mode where, I'm not really thinking, I'm just doing.
Yeah.
That kind of definitely helped me, kind of move through the season. Even though it's, with everything going on, it's super hectic. That kind of helped me kind of calm down and slow down.
And I think that's huge, being able to find that routine in the middle of a schedule that is not set in stone.
And to be consistent.
And to be consistent on it, that's going to take you a long way for sure.
Yeah. The one thing I really like that you said, we've asked kind of a lot of players here, what is the one thing or the one word they would use to describe themselves that they want scouts to know about them? And the one thing I liked about you saying is that you're here to showcase who you are as a person, right? That mantra of more than an athlete, who you are. So the question I want to ask you, right, looking at the scouts, give me 3 words to describe who Milo is as the person, as the athlete, as everything that encompass who you are. Give me 3 words that describe who you are that you would want to lead with and them to know about you.
I say I'm charismatic, intelligent, and passionate.
Okay, I love those. Those are 3 great ones, man. And we appreciate you sitting down with us, man. We're here at College Gridiron Showcase. Stay tuned. We're looking forward to see you perform all week and talk to the scouts, man. So thank you to come kicking with us and rapping with us, man. We appreciate it. Thank you again. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This time.